And we are live. Awesome, awesome. I am so happy to be here on Ladies That Leverage. You have Stevie A Mills and Tamyka Washington and myself, Laticia Nicole here with you for an hour, and we are going to show you how to leverage. I will start this evening with speaking life. Of course, you know I love to say speak life. And Proverbs 18:21, the tongue has the power of life and death to speak life and death into your life, and those that love it will eat its fruit. So that even applies for business. Or if you don't aspire to be a business owner, it even applies to a job. If you aspire just to be a good employer, you have to say the appropriate words into the atmosphere so people know they can take you seriously, and you have to speak appropriate words about yourself, and there have to be positive attributes. When someone asks you, what makes you an asset for this job, you can't say, well, I can type fast. You will not get that position. And if a client is looking for a leader that knows their business, the first thing you have to do is, number one, is be a visionary. You have to be very, very define your vision and communicate it effectively to let your client know that you know your business. Okay? I will say that again. You must define and communicate and inspire your client so they know that you know your business. You can't come out and say, well, I am the visionary, I'm the CEO and founder of this organization, and I think we save people and we help others. I think we do that. No, you have to say, we help people get the education and the information that they need to promote and inspire other businesses. You have to know what you're talking about when you're talking about your business. Number two, because I actually have 10. I have 10 positive attributes for business owners, and I have 5 takeaways for employers. Number one, as I stated, you must be a visionary. People must be able to hear your vision when you speak about it. They must see it with the words that you speak. They shouldn't have to figure out what you're talking about. Number two, you must be able to communicate effectively. Okay? You must be able to communicate to all levels. Okay? Regardless of the nature of the message, you should be able to communicate to anybody, whether it's a nurse. In my case, I am in the healthcare professional. I should be able to communicate to the kitchen help and to the doctors, respiratory therapists, or just to the families, or residents, or patients. I should be able to communicate effectively to every level of person that come into the hospital. Okay? Number 3 will be deliver on your promises. People can't stand. Okay, I'm going to break this down real simple for you. They can't stand folks that do not deliver on their promises. And since we know that we live in a show me kind of world, you're going to have to walk the talk and talk the walk for people to believe that you're capable or able to even do your business. You can't just talk the talk and not show them or deliver what you said that you're going to deliver for them. You can't say, I'm going to show you. In my case, I can show you how to open a business in the mall, whether it's a shoe business, clothing business, jewelry business. I can show you in 8 weeks how to get started and open your business. Now, in 8 weeks, if you don't have a business open, I didn't deliver on my promise. So that's positive. I am a person that delivers on my promises. That's number 3. Number 4, you must be responsible. Responsible. Okay? And you must take responsibility for the things that you tell your client. You cannot have a client call you at 6 o'clock and say, I thought we had a call at 5:30. You have to be responsible and be able to be on your call at 5:30. They have to trust you. And that's the sixth thing I'll be talking about, is just being trustworthy. But before I get to trustworthy, let's talk about just being humble. Okay? Another thing people cannot stand is an egotistical leader. You cannot be egotistical. You must be humble, okay, and sincere, and have some type of modesty, showing humility, so they can trust you. If you are a know-it-all, they are not going to trust you if you are a know-it-all. The other thing is, like I said, trustworthy. Can they trust you? Can they trust you to deliver on your promise? You have to be trustworthy. And number 7 is capable. Are you capable of doing the things that you've promised? 8 is decisive. Yes, making timely decisions, and you're unwavering and intelligent. You must be decisive in order for somebody to trust you. Yes, and capable. See, those things go together. Authentic. Are you a copycat? When you talk about your business, and do you say, yes, I make a burger with 3 pieces of bread and it has this Italian sauce on it and it tastes so good? Well, that sounds like McDonald's to me. Or are you authentic? And when you talk about your business, it sounds original. My name is Laticia Nicole, and I speak life my way. I don't talk like T.D. Jakes. I don't talk like Stevie. I don't talk like any other pastor, preacher, or teacher. I talk like Laticia Nicole, and I give Laticia Nicole real life experiences. My message is authentic. It's mine. Number 10, and this is very important, genuine and respectful. You must be genuine and respectful to your clients. In order for them to even receive from you, you must be respectful. You cannot talk to your clients any kind of way. You do not have children, you're not in the army, and they're not your soldiers. You can give them assignments to complete, but you do not have to order them around. Be respectful. Now, before I get to the 5 things for the employer, we are taking questions, and Tamyka is monitoring the questions. Am I correct, Tamyka? Okay, I saw your lips say yes. And we are monitoring the questions. We are monitoring the questions. And I'll go back through for our visionaries, which are the business owners. And in order to be a visionary and a business owner, you must have a plan. And in order to have a plan, you also must have a budget. I just want to talk about that as well. Okay, ladies that leverage, when you get ready to start a business and somebody asks you, do you have a budget, and you say no, you're not ready to start your business. You must have a plan. You must write it down and make it plain. You know, a lot of my foundation is biblical, but it works. Write it down and make it plain. This is for my business owners. I'm about to give you a quick piece of pie with Laticia Nicole. And that A piece of pie. A stands for assess. Assess what you need. Okay? Assess everything you need to start your business. Piece of pie. P, plan. Plan accordingly. Plan. You're going to have to write your plan out. I, implement. Implement the things you need for your business. E, evaluate. You're going to have to evaluate your assessment, your planning, and your implementation. And the last E would be to execute. I love that E. Once you execute your assessment, your plan, your implementation, and your evaluation, you will execute. And I call that a piece of pie with Laticia Nicole. I can show you how to do that because I am effective at business. And I'm effective at starting businesses, so you can trust me. Now, what I did is I just gave you an example of how you should talk about yourself when you're presenting your business. I didn't give you a long, drawn-out speech. I didn't say, I told you, I will teach you how to assess, plan, implement, evaluate, and execute. I told you I will teach you how to assess, plan, implement, evaluate, and execute. I didn't give you a bunch of fluff. Therefore, you can trust that I know my business. And these are the words I'm trying to teach you to speak into the atmosphere so they cannot return to you void. Because when you give a promise, you should deliver on your promise. Oh, I see Stevie over there. She's with us. Hi, Stevie.
Hi.
You came just in time for me to teach our employees how to be good employees. I just got through talking to our visionaries, which are our business owners. And our visionaries know how to be visionaries. They know how to communicate effectively. They know how to deliver on promises. They know how to be respectful, humble, trustworthy, capable, decisive, authentic, and last but not least, respectful. Now, that doesn't mean that you as an employee don't have to be all of these things. But what you're doing is also delivering a service to your employer. Now, I'm going to ask you 5 questions, employees. Are you dependable? Are you loyal? Do you show up to work on time? When you're sick, do you call in a timely manner? Do you speak positive of others? Number 2, are you flexible? Do you go into work with an attitude that I must try to do my best at whatever assignment that is given to me? And are you willing to take on new responsibilities? Number 3, do you take initiative? Or do you wait on somebody to tell you to do an assignment? Do you ask others, how can I learn how to do that more effectively? Or do you just take it upon yourself and just do it to your best ability, knowing that you're not giving your all? Number 4, do you have a positive attitude? Do you exhibit a positive attitude at all times? Or are you grumpy when you're in your employer's face? Are you motivated to be an employer? Are you happy about your position? Now, out of these 5 questions, if you are not motivated, if you do not have a positive attitude, if you do not take initiative, if you're not flexible, if you're not loyal or dependable, you need to speak life. Okay? You need to speak these things into existence in order to be a good employee. You need to wake up every morning. Yes, I did say wake up every morning. Look into the mirror and say, I am dependable. I am loyal. I am flexible. I do take initiative. I do have a positive attitude. I am motivated to be an employer. Say these things every day before you go to work and while you're at work. And you should line up with those words. And I'm going to say the same thing to our business owners. I need you to say to yourself, I am valuable. I am a visionary. I can communicate effectively. I do deliver on my promises. I am responsible. I am humble. I am trustworthy. I am decisive. I am authentic. And I take responsibility. Do all of these things every day until the words line up in your life. And I promise you will see a better business and you will be a better employee. My name is Laticia Nicole, and I speak life. And we are now getting ready to have Stevie Aisha Mills come and speak to you. Stevie, are you there?
I
I
am.
am. All right. Well, I'm excited to hear what you got to say. And I I just leveled the ground. I just beat the ground up a little bit and got the people ready. So when they hear these positive attributes, they can take them in and take them down and make them theirs. It can be authentic for them. So we're ready to hear you, my sister.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You're welcome.
I am so
So
excited
excited
because
because
what you
what you
said
said
definitely true.
definitely
The
keep
fact that you
back
speak life on a
life
daily basis.
basis.
Um, you have to do that in order to tell people exactly where you're going. You have to have a plan. I was speaking to some young ladies today, and we were doing a service learning project, and some of them realized, what they had to do, and some of them didn't. And so I told them, you know, how come I can get in this car with you and you give me the right directions that get me to a destination? But I get in this car with you guys and y'all have me going all over, round and round, and not going the right place. So in order to go the right destination, you have to be able to speak life like Laticia Nicole just told you. And therefore, when you're able to speak life, you could give the right direction. Now I'm going to tell you about the right people to put in your car because we know where we're going. We know the directions to get there. But guess what? You're in the driver's seat, and your vehicle could be whatever it is. It could be direct sales. It can be something you created. It could be employment, whatever it is, whatever you want it to be. But guess what? A lot of times you go from here to there to everywhere. Like just in my personal life, I've gone from being an employer, being an employee, being an intern, being a indirect sales. I've created my own businesses. So all around, I've been able to do things, and I've been able to see the difference. And guess what? I am always and will always be Stevie A Mills. And when you build your tribe, it doesn't matter what you're doing because your tribe is in the car anyway. We get in the car, we're going to New York. Like Laticia Nicole and I are going to New York in a few very short months. And those tribe people, they'll come with us. We go to Orlando, they're coming because they're in it to win it. They're in it for you. It doesn't matter where the destination is going. They're in it for you. So the great thing about it is when you get to create your tribe, that's a buzzword that a lot of people use. You can Google a man. His name is Seth, Seth, Godin, Godin, and he talks about tribes all the time. I call it a following or a community, or Beyonce calls it her beehive. Tamar calls Tamartians, whatever it is, they're yours. So anytime you see the hashtag, I call these ladies, Laticia Nicole is Chic Chepreneur X-Ray Vision, and Tamyka is Chic Chepreneur The Gift. And they'll have to tell you guys about that later. That takes too long to explain. But the Chic Chepreneur part, that's part of my tribe because I believe that women should be accustomed to being experts in their field. Then we created the Ladies Who Leverage. So Laticia Nicole and Tamyka Washington and Stevie A Mills each have their own mission, right? So Laticia started. She talked about her Speak Life movement, but then she conglomerated and collaborated with us to create Ladies Who Leverage, and that's another mission that you all are going on this with. So it doesn't matter who you are or where you're going. A lot of times, it matters what's inside of you. So the people who follow us, they're gonna follow us for a reason. They're gonna follow people who normally follow me. They follow me because they like the wild and crazy and I'm so excited. They like that. The people who follow me usually like the fact that you're gonna see a picture. You're gonna see I speak through pictures. So just like on the way home, I saw a rainbow, and I best believe y'all will see it too on my social media because that's how I think. I get from that rainbow. I'll talk about how the promises of God come about and how you must stay focused. And it was over my house. So when I came to my dwelling place, then I was able to get the promise, which was led me to this webinar. So that's a whole different story. You have to connect with me on social media to get it. But just the dynamic nature of you building your tribe and you coming through and saying, I am here, I'm using my God given it factor. Your God given it factor is what God has created inside of you so that you can be the dynamic person you need to be. I call it the brand that uses your gifts, skills, talents, and abilities to create a custom design brand that even the paparazzi will love. Because I believe in celebrity status life. I believe that you're a celebrity when you wake up each and every day and that you should stand in it. And so as you discover your gifts, skills, talents, and abilities, like I heard Laticia say, she doesn't have to speak like me, TD Jakes, whoever, because those are her gifts, skills, talents, and abilities. That's what people will attract to her. And it doesn't matter. We all are assigned to people. We all have people assigned to us. So when you come together, you have to bring your it factor. You know, some people, they have, my hair is all crazy. Y'all see it right now. It's really crazy right now because I've been in the rain today and everything else. But that's part of me. That's who I am. I believe in the natural hair. I also believe in the fact of whatever you do it. So if you wear weave, wear weave. If you wear a relaxer, wear a relaxer. Whatever it is, but you have to be able to stand up and stand out in that. You can't wear natural hair and say you don't want to be natural. That's crazy. So people can't follow you on a crazy train to nowhere. They have to follow you when you're directing them a great place to go. So you have to be able to say, this is who I am. I'm standing up in my brand. And the way you discover that is to listen to your heart. Listen to where God takes you from and say, you know, and this um I love to be around teenagers. It just God has blessed me to look, you know, this young. I'm actually 35, about to be 36 like my sister over there, but 35. And the thing I realized is that God has created in me this youthful look so that I could blend in with them. And so I can show them, you know, I understand what you're saying because I'm still young, but I'm old enough to have experience in life. So you have to realize that God has created you in a way that you can stand and develop and be you. It's all about your unique selling proposition. You'll find that if you Google USP, you'll see that. But for me, I call it the unique Stevie factor with a P. But it is all about who you are. You have to have a factor in you that says, this is me. Like, whenever you think about it, that's what people create hashtags for. Like, I keep using Laticia Nicole because you guys can relate to her. She's here, you've listened to her. And the fact that she does hashtag Speak Life, she brands herself, everything she does. She even has Speak Life dress. It's cute. I'm going to get me one. But she has a Speak Life dress, and it has hashtag Speak Life. Everything she does is about Speak Life. She came on here tonight, and she spoke life into you. So what you do and what you have to do is to realize what is that message that only you can come about. I believe that we all have been given reasons to be here. I can't do what I need to do if you're not fulfilling your purpose. Like this webinar tonight. I could not be on here fulfilling my purpose unless for this webinar, unless Laticia Nicole and Tamyka Washington said they would fulfill theirs. I had to go out and ask them to do that, and we had to collaborate. So they had to be strong enough to bring their it factor so that we can create this dynamic webinar. I think it's great. I know it's great. Not just because I'm on it, but because I'm sandwiched in between these two powerhouse women. And they create who they are each and every day, and they share it with you. People who share who they are definitely just excited about who they are. I can't share who I am with you if I'm ashamed of who I am. So they are strong in their power and their purpose. And your goal in life is to get there too. You go from being wherever you are into going to be this powerhouse. And that's the thing about it. We have to sit here and lay that foundation so that I can give you the brass tactics of what you need to create your brand. I remember being like telling, I think I had this conversation with Laticia. I said, people who, wherever you are, you are. So if you dance, I'm a dancer. So if I dance in the club, I'm going to dance that same spirit of dance anywhere I go. So in my house, I'm dancing. In the bathroom, I'm dancing. Wherever I wake up with music. I can't work without music because it's in me. So whatever you are, it's going to be who you are. So if you are a teacher, it's going to come out either way. So whether you're teaching on a webinar, whether you're teaching on a teleseminar, it's in you. Whatever you are is in you. It has been planted in you to do that. So you need to rock that out. Don't go against the grain. I will tell you right now, I'm not good at math. I never was. And I used to be like, oh my goodness, my weakness. Because, you don't want to be seen as weak. But you have to focus on your strength. I am not a mathematician. I am not a scientist. Not at all. I am a person who knows how to take things and make them put that bling factor on it, or it factor. I'm excited about that. I can take this notebook right here. You see, I have my notebook out because I do take notes. But my notebook is not a plain Jane notebook. It has circles and everything. And even when I take my notes, it doesn't look like the average notes. Y'all see it's scribbles and scrabbles and everything else. It just isn't. But that's the way that I live my life. So you have to realize everything that you do is going to come out across. So when you brand who you are on everything, it makes sense. Don't go against what you think is the proper way to do it. Do it the way that you are best comfortable. Because when you are comfortable, then you can rock it out. I'm not going to sit here and tell you about my degrees or tell you that's what made me. It's not. I was who I was at the beginning of it. I do have a degree in public relations, yes. And so I do know from the classroom what I'm talking about. But I also know that knowledge is knowledge. Whether you get your knowledge from a book, whether you get your knowledge from life, knowledge is knowledge. So once you have it, then you don't have to let it go. It belongs to you. So whatever you need to be, like if you want to be the greatest cook, there's a need for that. I don't cook. I know. Stevie doesn't cook. What? No, I don't cook. But I love good food. So therefore, I am going to find the people who cook. You can ask anybody. Anybody who knows me knows I like to eat. So there are bakers who are my close personal friends, who I will shout out all the time because they feel a need for me. So no matter what your gift is, as long as you rock it out, then you'll be able to create the people, the tribe that will follow you. So the thing about the paparazzi coming back in, because I told you I was going to tell you how to create a brand that the paparazzi will love. Well, the paparazzi is important because if you think in the terms of who the paparazzi actually is, then you'll see that they're always snapping pictures around celebrities. Smile, 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 and they always get you at your best. Paparazzi, they try to get you at your worst, but if you're blinging and if you're banging, then they have no choice but to get you at your best. So we're saying that they'll love. I know photographers. I actually have a couple of photo shoots coming up just because I like to take pictures. But the thing about it is when you do that, then the camera will love you. Not when you're out here looking crazy with your brand or with anything, but when you walk into the person that you have been created to be, then you'll be able to command the attention, and you'll be able to actually have your traits, your gifts, your skills, and your abilities be what you need it to be. You'll be able to stand up and stand out and be blinged out. You'll be able to say with authority, this is what I do, and then people will be able to push you into being who you are. It's funny because even with the flyer that was created for this event, I don't consider myself a graphic artist, but I like the flyer. That was good. It was good for what we did. So I think a lot of times other people have to bring it out, and I wouldn't have done it unless I was asked. But other people have to bring your skills out, and so just spend some time discovering who you are. Don't be afraid to discover. I was speaking to Tamyka, and I believe I was telling her, a lot of people, life is a learning laboratory. So when you do something, whether you stop it or start it, at least you're further than whoever didn't do it. You may say Stevie's done this and Stevie's done that, and that's true. I've done a lot, but I've done it because I wanted to make sure that it's something I loved or didn't love. Simple as that. I don't do stuff just because of for whatever reason. I do it because I want to know, I want to learn, I want to grow. And when you do that, then the paparazzi, your fans, your following, will love you. They'll make sure that you're always in the spotlight. They'll make sure that you're tagged on social media. They'll make sure that you have whatever you need as far as your pay or whatever you're trying to bring to the forefront. I don't have to talk about entrepreneurs anymore because everyone else is talking about it. I don't have to talk about the fact of chic entrepreneurs and the names. When God told me to start naming these women, their chic entrepreneurs names, then that's what came to me. And the women whose names I remember as chic entrepreneurs, that's why everybody hadn't got one, is because I saw something in them, and that's where they are. So the chic entrepreneur, the gift, means something, and it was confirmed last night, which is so amazing. That's another story for another time. But chic entrepreneur X-ray vision, that means something, and that means something to not only myself but also to the people who are named those things. So when you are in your walk and in the will of what you're supposed to do, then things will come together and it will be connected and it will make sense. A lot of times we think that we have to look at the PR stuff or the branding stuff or whatever it is that the world says. But let me tell you something. One of my mentors said, you never have seen a millionaire in the making. So we can't say what's going to be the next hot thing. We've never seen it. You have the ability, the gifts, the skills, the talent to come and create. Whether you allow yourself to create or not is up to you. If you hold yourself in this box, that's why I say smash the box. If you hold yourself in this box, then you'll always be stuck. But if you smash the box and have smashed the box thinking, there is no box to compare you to. So you just need to become who you have wanted to become. I allowed myself to step up and step out into Stevie Aisha Mills, yes, like the song, Stevie Aisha Mills, then I was able to do that, and I was able to say, come from behind these things that I was hiding. Because I used to hate that name. But now when people say it, I love it. But Stevie, I didn't want that name. My parents, I used to want to be Stephanie or Samantha, or whoever. And it was because I was afraid of just being Stevie. Stevie is a big name for a young lady. Like, that is. Because you'll hear, does your father want a boy? Or you're here, people jack up your name. People jack up my name all the time. That's why I have to get them right. But you have to be able to say who you are and what you stand for. And the world will try to put you in this box. So you have to say, no, that's not me. I am the shepreneur's best girlfriend. I am Stevie Aisha Mills. And be able to relate that to the world. So in order for the paparazzi to be flashing or the checks to be coming or the bank accounts to be booming, you have to be able to stand in your brand. And that is the thing. It doesn't matter the color, the logo. It does for the graphic designers on the line. It does matter. But my point right now is before you can even get to that, you have to be the brilliant you that you were always created to be. Before you can get to the colors or the message or these wonderful things that we have brand designers to do, then you have to be able to say, I am that, and walk into it. If you can't say, I am that, and walk into it, then where are we walking to? Where are we going? You belong on Time Magazine, Essence, Ebony, whatever one, Glamour, Cosmopolitan, whatever one you want to be on, you belong there. Why? Because God has never created anyone else like you. There is no other person on this universe. Has there ever been? Will there ever be? No. There is no other you. And when you walk into your God-given it factor and you bling it and brand it on everything you do, then you're able to go inside of yourself and take the skills, the gifts, the talents, and the abilities to change the world. You are a history maker. You are a brand creator. You were created by the grand master of creators. So no matter what, yes, we can have another conversation another time about the technical stuff that goes into creating your brand. But this is where we have to get you right first in your mindset, because in your mindset, everything else happens. But next time when we talk again, the upcoming webinar, we'll sit here and we'll talk about PR tactics and all the stuff I've learned over the years. But the biggest lesson, the billion-dollar lesson that I learned, is that you are the greatest you that you can ever be. That lesson is priceless. Everything else we can fix. But once you walk into that, and once you become that dynamic person, then you will be that billion-dollar brand. So be the brand, build the brand, and without any further ado, I am going to end right there, and I'm going to announce my gift. I call her Chic Chipreneur Gift. And she is definitely a gift. She is dynamic. She is going to tell you some stuff. Get your pretty notebook out. You should have had it out because Laticia Nicole said some jewels. But great thing we're recording this so y'all can go back. But definitely Chic Chipreneur the Gift, a.k.a. Tamyka Washington, a.k.a. Mom of Seven, a.k.a. Dynamic Business Builder. Tamyka Washington is going to tell us about systems. Hi, Tamyka.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear. Take it away.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to be here. I love talking about leverage because, like you said, I'm a mom of seven, and so time for me is of the essence, and being able to leverage my businesses online is what I need. It's essential. But when I first got started online, really serious to make money online was back in 2009, and I was starting my consulting business, and I committed to blogging for 6 months straight because I knew at that time that I was just getting started. I didn't have an audience, I didn't have a following, I didn't have a Facebook. I was on MySpace then because that was what was in. And, I was connecting with other women and other moms and things like that. I was a part of some social networks that were, for moms and things like that. And so I wanted to start this consulting business. And prior to that, I had been online for about 2 years attempting to build a network marketing business online. Had no idea what I was doing. It totally flopped. I couldn't, it just wasn't working for me. I didn't know what I was doing. So in 2009, I decided to get serious and really take the time to learn what it took to make it successful. And so I knew I had to create, a platform. I had to create my brand, and I had to develop this, presence for myself online. So I said if I commit to blogging for 6 months, I committed to 3 times a week blogging about my experience of building a business online. And I shared with people, the different tools that I was using. I shared my journey. I shared my success and my failures, things that were working, things that weren't working. And, within a matter of 3 to 4 months, I was getting people contacting me, really interested in me helping them learn how to do what I was doing. And so things picked up really, really quickly. And, before I knew it, I was having consultations. I was getting people contacting me, wanting to advertise on my blog. I didn't even know how to set up advertising. I didn't know anything about that. But things were just really moving quickly, and I was really excited about that because it was the first time that I was actually making money online, and I was sharing my experience and my skills with people. So that was really powerful for me. And as time went on and things began to pick up, I started getting overwhelmed. And I know people are probably like, things were going good. Why were you overwhelmed? It got to the point where I was working anywhere from 14, 18, 20 hours a day, literally doing consultations, helping people set up their blogs, helping people do all these different things in their business. And the whole reason why I started a business was because I wanted to spend more time with my kids. And now, even though I was home with them, I was always on the computer. I was always working, so it wasn't what I wanted. I was trying to create a life of freedom, but what in fact I had done was I created a job for myself, because if I wasn't working, I didn't make money. And so it really got to the point where I was just burnt out. I mean, I was always in my email, always answering questions, always talking to somebody, walking somebody through something. It was just too much.
And it got to the point where I realized that, either I was going to have to shut this down or I was going to have to figure out something else. And I knew I wanted to work from home and I wanted to have, a life of freedom. And so I started doing some more research and looking into some things and, trying to figure out what I could do to better manage my time or kind of, fix the situation so I wasn't spending all of my hours, just glued to this computer. And so I started doing some research and I stumbled upon email marketing. And there was, this person, I don't even remember who it was, but I remember I found his information because he was teaching, he had a free offer teaching how to utilize email marketing. And so I had opted into his list and, I was always reading his emails. And there was one email that totally stuck out to me. And that's when I got my aha moment. And it was the time when he said, while you're reading this email right now, I'm on vacation with my family. And I had to stop and think about that for a minute because I couldn't comprehend what he was saying. I'm sitting here writing emails every day, contacting people, answering questions. What do you mean you're on vacation while I'm reading this? So it really started to take some time for me to process, and I was wondering, how in the world did he send me an email, but he was on vacation? And so that just, I'm a natural, I like to learn. I love knowledge. I love researching things. I love to find out how things work. So, that kind of brought me on a journey, and I started paying a little bit more attention to the emails that I received. And I would notice that down at the bottom of the email, there was, a link to an email service. And so I clicked it and I realized, there was something, it was more than an email service. There was an autoresponder, attached to that. So I started looking that up and learning a little bit more about what autoresponders do. And it finally made sense to me that what he was doing was automating his follow-up. So the emails that I was getting from him were all automated, yet they were teaching me the things that I wanted to learn and the reason why I opted in the first place, and that was to learn how to better market through email. And so in discovering this, I realized that he was automating his entire business. He was on vacation because he had set up a series of messages that I would receive and everyone else who was on his list would receive while he was out living his life. So it clicked to me. I was like, wow, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do in my business. And so, it got to that point where, I was about 5-6 months into my own business. I didn't even have an email list yet. I was strictly connecting with people on MySpace. Eventually I got on Facebook. It took me a little while because, at that time it was still more for college students, which I was not. So I couldn't really be a member. But when I did get in there, I did things the old-fashioned way, and I just connected with my audience. I connected with women entrepreneurs. I connected with moms, people who wanted to be stay-at-home moms working a business. And so I started connecting with those people and inviting them to my blog more and more. And as I really started to think about, the process that this gentleman was using, that I was following him automating, it started to make sense to me that a lot of people were coming to me because they wanted to learn to do what I do. They wanted to learn how to build their business with blogging. And so instead of me answering questions, instead of me sitting on the phone for an hour each time talking to people and walking them through the process, I decided to create a product around blogging for business so that I can, leverage my time. So instead of me spending, trading hours for dollars on the phone, I could in fact share this product with people instead so that they would have a way to still get the information they were looking for, yet I didn't have to be so involved. I didn't have to be so hands-on. And so I decided to give that a try, and I ended up creating a 12-week course. And I wrote about 10 articles, all talking about why someone should have a blog for their business and how to make money with their blog. And in each one of those articles, I shared links that went to the page where I was actually selling this product. Okay, and I utilized Facebook and I utilized Twitter, and I would share my content on these sites, and I would share my content on those social networks that I was a part of. I would take like the first paragraph of an article I wrote and share it on that social network, and then redirect them for them to read the full article on my blog, bringing traffic and bringing readers to my blog. And as I was doing that, I started getting sales for my product. And I actually doubled the price of the product. So, what I charge for a consultation, I doubled that for the course. And I automate the whole process by actually setting up an email series. So when people clicked on an article and they read that article and they found it interesting or valuable, they would click on another link that would actually take them to the page where I was selling the product. And they would read the information and learn all the benefits that were included in there. And at the bottom of that page, I would have a button right to PayPal where they could actually order the product from there. And once they did that, I had a link within my PayPal that would automatically redirect them to my email list where they would sign up to get the actual course over a 12-week period. Now, I could do this and I could make money. And so it was like all of a sudden I had discovered the power of leveraging my time. I didn't have to be glued to my computer like all day long. I could actually go out to the park with my kids and come back and see I made a sale or two. So it just hit me that I could do this with every part of my business. And that's what I want to share with you today on how you don't have to be tied to your computer all day. There's a lot of people here who are working a job full time, or maybe you're going to school full time, or maybe you're like me, you're home all day, but you have children and you want to spend time with them. So you don't want to be at your computer all day, or maybe you're just too tired when you get home, to have to spend more hours after you, come home and take care of the kids and take care of the house. And now it's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night and you don't even have the energy or the focus to do anything in your business. Your business does not have to suffer. And that's why we are here tonight on this call, discussing with you the power of leverage, because you can put these systems in place that can literally automate every aspect of your business. From you setting up, say if you're a coach or a consultant, you need to schedule appointments with clients or prospects. You don't have to be on the phone playing phone tag or, back and forth in the inbox and the emails trying to determine what's the best time for you, for both of you to meet, or, trying to match up the time zones. You don't have to go through that. And you can actually systemize a lot of this stuff that you have to do in your business so that you can actually step away from that and live your life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, because once I really realized the power of email marketing and having a blog and how all of these tools work together, in order to give me my time back and still be able to build a business, it was just amazing. And so I want to share with you 3 things that you really need if you want to create a system to be able to put your business essentially on autopilot. Okay, and the first thing is a blog, like I already mentioned. A lot of times we get on the internet and we want to build a business, yet we don't have a marketing budget. And so we're trying to figure out a way to get the word out, but we can't necessarily afford to pay for advertising or things like that. Your blog is what you can use in order to build your brand, and kind of begin to establish that awareness that you're looking for. And that's exactly what I did when I started. I didn't have a lot of money, but I purchased my hosting and I purchased a domain name so that I could build my platform. And that's the first thing that you need to have when you get online, because that is your foundation. A lot of people get online and say, well, I can just use my Facebook fan page, or I can just, work off of Facebook, or I can get a free platform at Blogger or WordPress.com. But there's something I want you to think about before you do that. Okay, if you're serious about your business, you need to understand that you need to be getting people to your space online. You have to own your space. If you have a free blog platform and maybe you're trying to monetize it and make money from your website, a lot of the free spaces online will not allow you to do that. That is in violation of their terms of service, and they will shut you down. And not only will they shut you down, they will take your content with them, because they own that, not you. So if you are serious about building a business, you need to own your own blog platform. And it's not expensive. You can get a domain name at GoDaddy for like 99 cents. You can Google that and get a domain name for 99 cents. And you can get web hosting for, $5, $10, $15 a month. And you can begin to create your presence online through blogging, by sharing your expertise, by sharing information about the products or services that you offer, giving value to your audience, letting people see that, in fact, you know what it is that you're talking about. Okay, and within those articles and that content that you're sharing, you can link back to the products that you are selling. You can link back to the services that you offer. Okay, and so that's what you want to do. You want to build your presence, and you want it to be on your own space. If you have a fan page and you think that's sufficient enough, what would you do if Facebook shut down tomorrow and you lost all of your fans? Okay, if you have 3,000 fans, are all 3,000 of those fans in your contact list? Are they in your email? If Facebook was to shut down tomorrow, what would happen to your fans? You are out of business if you're only solely going by utilizing your following and your fans. You need leads. You need contacts. That's how you build a business. Okay, Facebook is great. Twitter is great. All of those social networks are great, but they are tools, and that's what you need to understand. You need a house, which is your blog. Okay, that's where you want to utilize Facebook to send those fans and those followers to your blog, because you want them to get to know you. And your blog is the marketing tool that's going to allow you to build upon the relationship. You want to be able to have a place to send people so that they can learn more about what it is you do and what you offer, and also have a way for them to get on your list, to get on your contact list. And that's the second thing that you need to have when it comes to building an online system. You need to have a way to get people into your contact system. So you can do that with a capture page or even an opt-in box on your blog so that people have a way to get in. And what you want to do is, say, for instance, you're in the health and wellness and you offer a weight loss product. Okay, you're going to be sharing information on your blog all about healthy living, all about weight loss, what people can do to lose weight. And perhaps, you want to get people on your list. You're going to give them an offer that is related to what it is that you're selling. So for instance, when I was selling my Business Blogger Bootcamp, I actually gave away a free ebook that laid out the steps to how people could start their blog so they can blog for business. And I gave a free ebook away in order to really upsell later on down the line my Business Blogger Bootcamp. But because everybody was coming to me wanting to know how they could build a blog for their business, I created a free ebook to give them to get them started. And that was how I was able to build my list very quickly, because I was giving them something that they wanted. That's what people were already coming to me for. So it's important that you know who your audience is. Like Stevie had mentioned, you have to know how to attract your audience to you. Okay, and so you're able to give them something that they know is valuable. It's something that they want, and in exchange for you giving them that information, they're going to give you their contact information so that you have a way to follow up with them long term. Okay, so you have to have a way to get people into your contact list through a capture page or an opt-in box. Okay, so that is important. Those are the two main things right there that are going to help you to build something substantial in the long run and help you continue to grow upon your business. Because when you have a blog and you're constantly putting content on there, that content stays around for a long time, especially if it's evergreen, meaning that you wrote a blog post that was a few years ago and is still relevant today. Like literally, I have a blog post and it's 5 reasons why every business needs a blog. I wrote literally about 3 years ago, and I still get traffic from that blog today. And within that content, within that blog post, I have links to my product, and I still make sales on that. And I haven't promoted that post or anything, but the fact that it's in the search engines, people are still clicking on that and reading it because the content is still relevant today. That's the power of using your blog to create content. It lasts. It stays around. There are programs that I was promoting years ago that I don't promote anymore. But because I wrote an article about it, people are still searching and finding that, and I'm still earning affiliate commissions from products that I don't even promote. That is the power of blogging. So when people say they don't have time to blog, you need to make time to blog. It's that simple. I mean, if you have no budget to pay for advertising, and you're just getting started and you're trying to develop a brand for yourself and a name for yourself out there, you need to be blogging. There's just no question about it. That's the best way to get yourself out there and to get known and get seen and get ranked in the search engines. The more that you're writing content that relates to your audience, the more you're going to be to be able to be seen in the marketplace, and that's what's important. And then from there, again, people are getting on your capture page, they're opting into your list so that they are now in your system. And this is where the amazing part happens, because now once they get into your system, you're automatically able to redirect them to, either your sales page, either a page where you're offering a service or you're selling a product, or perhaps you're even, looking to build your network marketing team. And so you're sending people to a page where they can view your business presentation. Whatever the case may be, they are now in your system, and your system is doing the work for you. And so even if you're not a salesperson, or you don't feel like, you want to be pushy or anything like that, having a system in place automates this process for you, so you don't have to do that heavy lifting. You don't have to be so hands-on. You don't have to be on the phone every single day making phone calls, following up with people. The ball is in their court, and your system is what's building upon the relationship and continuing the marketing and the sales process on your behalf while you are out living your life. So the third thing that you need, which is, goes with your blog, it goes with your capture page, it is your autoresponder system. Okay, and that is a must. I didn't even start an autoresponder with my business until I was maybe 5 or 6 months in. So just imagine all the business that I lost out on because I was thinking small. I didn't have the mindset where I was thinking long term or thinking big. I figured I was a small business. I didn't need a list, and boy was I wrong. And so if you're just getting started and you think you don't need a list, you need to get a list. Okay, you have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter how big or how small your business is right now. You need to be thinking long term. Okay, so you need a list, you need your email list, and you need an autoresponder, because your autoresponder is what allows you to create a series of pre-written messages that you're able to send out to your list subscribers over an extended period of time. And this is the way that you're able to continue the process of marketing and giving them the opportunity to get to know you better. You're redirecting them back to your blog content so that they can kind of further read more about what it is you offer. And everything that you're sharing with them is information that is able to literally change their situation. So you need to be offering them tips. You need to be giving them suggestions and strategies that they can apply to their life or to their business, something that is going to help them to change and grow. Okay, so that's what keeps people engaged with you. And as you're building upon that relationship with them, they're getting more and more comfortable with you, which is making it easier for them to want to do business with you. But the point is, it's not all about being salesy. It's not all about pitching every email that you send. You want to give value. The more that you give, you will get in return. But the thing is, a lot of people, they see all these gurus out here, and they seem to be making all this money and overnight riches. You don't see the grind that they went through, to get to where they are now. You don't see what they did behind the scenes. It's not as simple as they make it look. They're just at a level where they've achieved a certain level of success now based on all the hard work they've done, the part that you didn't see. It's a process, and when you have a process in place and it's automated for you, it makes it so much easier for you to start generating leads on a regular basis, like daily, generating sales, getting people contacting you wanting more information. The whole point of having a system in place is to make things easier for you. We have access to technology. We have access to the internet. Okay, so everything is unlimited. You just have to put the system in place in order for it to work for you. And when you do that, you don't have to worry about, having no time to build your business. There's certain things that you need to lay the foundation in the beginning so that you can reap the rewards afterwards. But you have to get those things in place. And that's what's really important. And that's how you're able to automate your sales process. That's how you're able to automate the marketing and build upon the relationships and work everything full circle. People are now in your email list. Invite them to connect with you on Facebook. Invite them to connect with you on the other social networks that you're a part of. Share your YouTube videos with them. And you keep the cycle going so that you're building relationships. And the more that I do this, And the more that other people I know who are doing this, they're building solid businesses because they are connecting with their audience. Engage with them, talk with them, ask them questions, see what it is that they're really struggling with. Create groups for them. Even when I had the Business Blogger Bootcamp that I was selling, I didn't just sell the product. I offered a way for them to get mentoring and more training from me through a private Facebook group that I offered, when they bought the product. So people were able to not only just buy this thing, and just kind of feel like they're on their own. No, they had access to me, and I was able to help them if they had questions or anything. So you have to really utilize a system it frees up your time so that you have time to focus on the things that are important. And that's building relationships, because whatever business you're in, you need people. We're in a people business. We serve people. And so we need to be able to think about the needs of the people. And your system is what gives you that freedom to be able to focus on doing the things on a day-to-day basis that are going to generate you income and that are going to help you build your brand and build your business online. Okay, so again, you want to have your blog platform. Okay, you want to have your capture page, and you want to have those things set up so that you're able to do, get those leads coming in. And at the same time, your autoresponder is what automatically does the marketing for you on a regular basis. It's what kicks in the moment, someone opts into your list, and you're able to have this series of things set up and going and helping you build your business on a long-term, daily basis while you're living your life. And I know it may sound a little bit difficult, especially if you're not a techie person and, you feel like you have to, figure out what autoresponder to use and how to set up a capture page and all these different things. But the good thing is, because you're here tonight, I would like to offer you the opportunity to check out my system, the system that I'm using, and you can actually get access to that for free. And I wanted to share a link with you so you can go ahead and check it out if that's something that you're interested in, where you don't have to worry about having to put all these things together by yourself. Everything is there for you. All the tools are there. Everything is there for you that's going to allow you to create a system that's generally going to help you build your business online. So you can go to tamykawashington.com/wealth builders, and you'll be able to put your information in the box there. And you'll also be able to create a free account, and you will get access to the same system that I'm using to build my businesses online. And you'll get access to all the tools that you need that I just discussed with you, as well as some more. And not only that, when you get started in there and create your free account, you'll also get access to my private Facebook group, where I'm in there and I'm teaching you how to use these tools, how to apply them to your business, and I'm actually sharing with you the strategies and the methods that you can use to generate free leads on a daily basis to help you grow your business. Now, the ladies here, we're here to help you. We put this webinar together because we want to teach you the power of leverage. So if there's an area that you're struggling with in your business, you definitely want to get connected with us so that we can help you where you need the help. You have to have certain things laid out in your business in order to be successful online. And it doesn't matter if it applies to, whether you have an offline business or if you have an online business, you still have the same principles that are laid out for you. We are all in need of leads. In order for us to build a business, we all need people to contact. We all need people to network with and to build with. So, if there's any way that any of us can help you, definitely reach out to us. And we totally appreciate you all for tuning in this evening. And even if you're, watching the replay, we're all here. Get connected with us. You can find us all on Facebook. And, if any of you ladies have anything you want to share and, we can kind of wrap up here, that would be great.
Yes. I will let Laticia go first because I do have some parting words. Laticia?
Oh, okay. Again, I would like to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this awesome vision for us women that do leverage, and for myself that I have spoke life into myself in order to be a business owner. And so that's what I wanted to teach tonight, that before you can even, as our sister Lucinda liked to say, activate, you're going to have to speak life. You're going to have to believe in your heart so you can speak it out of your mouth. And so I wanted to just tell you, please speak positive attributes about yourself. And when you're talking about your business and when you're an employee, you make sure you speak life, and you say it so people can understand what you do. And I just want to say again, just thank you. And if you would like to reach me, you can reach me at www.laticiaspeaklife.com, and that's LATICIA speaklife.com. I will also say I am an author, and I do have tools that you can use, and it's Speak Life, Laticia Nicole Speak Life, and you will also find that on speaklife.com. If you inspire to open any type of business, like I said, I can show you steps and give you tools to open your business, but you must believe in yourself. And so I think that today you got all that. You got believe in yourself, and Stevie was saying, be happy and be okay just to be you. No matter if your hair is crazy or whatever, you wear glasses, don't wear glasses, however you speak, you have a tribe that connect with just you. And then Tamyka brought it on home and say, and when you come into yourself and you feel comfortable with yourself and you're able to articulate what you do, build a foundation on solid ground. That's what I got from you, Tamyka. Build a foundation on a solid ground where people can contact you and you can get their information, their contact information. And what you're doing is you're building your team and building your market. Now, I mean, really, I took a lot of notes from both of you ladies. And again, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on an awesome, awesome, awesome webinar. Stevie, come on and take us home, baby.
I'm excited. I'm getting inbox messages left and right. People's connecting and everything. But I promise the people, because, there are people on this line who persevered. There are people on this line who almost gave up during the time of connection. Sometimes when you're entering a new platform, you always have these interesting roads to get there. And I definitely am a motivational, inspirational, empowerment speaker, but I am just overjoyed. And the ladies and I said that we are going to stay connected in the Ladies Who Leverage. And the next webinar that we will be offering is going to be called The Art of Acceleration. And it's going to talk to you about how to accelerate where you are, how you're going to accelerate the words to say. We can't be talking all day, so we have to accelerate. We have to figure out how we can combine what we need to say in 20 minutes so that people will pay us for an hour. But we're going to learn about how to do that. We're going to learn about how to get numerous leads and how to say, these are the right leads, because we definitely believe in quality versus quantity. Tamyka's going to train you how to go through that and how to examine the correct leads and how to do that with the systems that she has in place. And then I'm going to tell you how to accelerate, how to go from 0 friends on Facebook to over 1,000 very quickly, because there are tips and techniques to do that. We're going to talk about your social media. So you definitely want to be connected. It is going to be an investment. It is going to be a tuition. But those people who inbox us right now and let us know, and you only have a few minutes to do this, because I know when we're going to release the recording. If you inbox us right now, one of us connected you to this call, and say, Stevie, Tamyka, Laticia, we saw you on the thing, on the webinar, and we want to have that accelerated price. Because what's going to happen is we're going to offer you a special price for spending your time with us tonight. So definitely you want to be connected. It is going to be the art of acceleration, because I believe that there's no vacillation when it's time to move quickly. You need to move quickly. You need to be an action taker. You need to be a memory maker. So we don't have time to sit around. So you have between 10:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. That means you get on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you need to get on, and you need to connect with us. And you need to tell us so that we can create a list. If not, then you're going to miss it. So as long as I'm talking, then you guys need to go on there and you need to say it. And we will convene at a later time and get the names that inbox all of us. So definitely you don't want to miss the art of acceleration. And the great thing about it, if you can't be there for the live class, then you will get the recording. And this time, Only the people who get the recording will be those who invest it, because it's time to invest. You can't go anywhere without investment. So I definitely want to thank my chic entrepreneurs, as I call them, my ladies who leverage, my Seek lifers, my marketers her way. All of us have come together, and we want to thank you for investing your time. We want to make sure that you are become an action taker. Do the things that you need to do. If you're seeing this recording, we might be able to offer you something as well. So definitely reach out to us. Talk to you soon. I am Stevie A Mills. That is Laticia Nicole. That is Tamyka Washington. And we are the ladies who leverage. Bye.
Bye.